Hello, welcome to the stream, everyone. Good to see you. Got a new follower when we were offline. Thank you, Flying Mercury, for following about an hour ago. Conti, you did a sneaky raid, and I gained 1 follower, so thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're good. Having a good Saturday. It's a pretty nice sunny winter's day here in Sydney. What I thought we'd do today is something that came up on the Discord a little while ago. I think it was Beardy McWhiskey raised the idea of doing this. Essentially, when Concorde was doing its test flights, they actually did bring it down to Australia. They wanted to see how loud it was when it was flying supersonic over land. So they did that in Australia. For obvious reasons, given that most of Australia has 0 people living in it. So we will kind of recreate that. We're flying from Darwin to Sydney. They did more testing than Darwin to Sydney. But they flew over Alice Springs, and just outside of Alice Springs they had a big testing station with all these microphones pointed up at the sky, I guess. And they also obviously had a whole heap of ATC supporting them through the project of getting this plane certified. So quite an interesting little story. And the Concorde's always fun and challenging, and a bit of a crowd favorite to fly as well. Although this DC Designs one's quite a lot to be desired. It's relatively cheap. It does what it says on the tin, which is get us up to 60,000 feet and just over Mach 2. But is it beautiful in doing that? I would say no. It's got many flaws. But you know what? It's the best we got at the moment until we get something a bit better, which I think there will be something a bit better coming at some point. Here's the cockpit. I wish this had better textures. That's one thing. Spent a lot of time just looking this way in the Concorde, and this is like, super ugly. Anyway, I'll quit my complaining. Hey, Dipex. Yes. Yeah, exactly. I hope FS Labs get onto the MSFS version once the P3D version is done. Apparently they will do, so that's kind of exciting. Ow. Obviously, Concorde, very complex plane. Even this DC Designs one, a lot of the engineers panel does work, so we're going to have to bring up a bit of a cheeky cheating checklist. It's the only way I can do it, unfortunately. I'll try not to cover up.
2, 1, boost to ignition, and liftoff of the space.
22 months. That's awesome, thanks, Kiko. So we'll run through the checklist properly today. We don't want to have any issues when we're up at 60,000 feet over the red center here in Australia. Landing gear. Oh, you know what? Prompted me to do slightly different setup here, because we'll only have engines working. 22 months interest-free credit, that's right. Not too bad, thanks, Kiko. Not too bad. Alright, landing gear is down. Parking brake is set. Our flight control blue and flight control guys up here, right? So here and blue. On. I think that's on. Yeah. Anti-stall is over on this side. It's not on. This now. Q&H. I'll set the Q&H. Which here at Darwin today is 1014. Hey Dino, good to see you. Q&H is set. Nav radios, we'll actually do the radio and transponder setup once we got a bit of power in the plane. I don't know why that is there in the checklist. Ground hydraulics are over here. They are on the yellow system, and they are both off. Fuel heaters here. Oh, the engine recircs shut. Secondary air intakes are currently open. We'll put them in order. Oh. We'll do the FMC. Oh, we're not actually going to use the FMC today. We're going to fly slant whiskey. A bit of more of a challenge, I guess. Although the FMC never works particularly well in this thing anyway, so let's just do it slant whiskey and have the added fun of flying from VOR to VOR, I think. Smoking signs, seatbelt signs are up there. We'll turn them on. And fueling. Now, fueling is always a challenge in this thing. You have to use the default. If this had an EFB, it would be significantly better. And the problem with the default is it starts you off at 50% fuel, which, okay, makes sense. But as you all know, to trim the Concorde, you have to move fuel between the front trim tanks and the rear trim tank. And it starts you off with no fuel in either of those tanks, which then means you can't trim on your entire flight, which is pretty useless. So what I usually do is 50% fuel is probably fine for this flight, but we will put some fuel into the front trim tanks. And then what we do is try and get a bit of a position. As you can see, at the moment, we've got fuel in the front trim tanks, and our CG is way off the front, which is why it went red. Just get that. No, we can't use that either. Just pull it back. It makes me uncomfortable to have that little in the trim tanks, though. I don't know how accurate this thing is. I think it's okay. Can you transfer into the trim tanks? It has the zoomies. It does have the zoom. I don't think you can, Geekle, as far as I know. I think the trim system is... You can empty the trim tanks, but I don't think you can fill them from the other tanks. At least not in this version of the Amplicord. Anyway, we'll say that that's good for now. Beacon light, it's a bit too early for that. Throttles are idle. Yeah. Engine feed pumps. Right, we're going to start working our way through the panel now. It does have the zoomies, though, you're quite right. Quite hilarious sometimes, just how quickly this thing runs away from you. CSD. Right, time to look at the electrical systems now. On. Over to 1. Here's where we turn the power on. I feel like this should be a bit earlier in the checklist today, but the ground power is this switch. Close the breaker, and everything suddenly comes to life. And then our ESP switch is down here. This is basically then connecting up the batteries, and everything really comes to life. And we also, on the ground, need our emergency power unit connected as well, which is another battery. No APU in the Concorde, just another big battery sitting there in the belly. Engine bleed valves are up here. Bleed valves are open, and the low pressure bleed valves are sneaky and hidden behind head covers here. Open those, make sure we get indication. And then we go cross feed valves need to go open. Okay, we're already ready for engine start. That easy and quick. He says as he then plummets into the ground. Where are you guys come from? Oh, I wish a good way of getting rid of guy. Get to do that in here as well. There is a co-pilot in here. Maybe we can see him. Oh, we can't delete him. Right. We'll. Sometimes he appears, sometimes he doesn't. That looks painful. He sat a bit too close. Extremely trim at 0 kilos. Yeah, exactly. Okay. We can make use of things down here. Get a camera view. There. Let's clear off the transponder and we'll set it to standby. There we go. Right. And 0122.8 is set for our Unicom. I'm not going to use this thing today pretty much at all, so just completely ignore the FMC. We're going to fly an Alpha. So we've got a little route set up, which yeah, I probably need to figure out a way to get that route into here. This is gonna we'll just do it and see what happens. Ignore that. Hey, Sandboss. What we're going to do is fly outbound from Darwin, so we need to set up a Darwin VOR 112.6 on nav 1. Actually, the standby are shown here. I don't know where the nav 1 actually gets shown, but when you tune it and you see it there, then you press a button and it goes. But it works. So, we want to tune 112. We do that 112.6. And we press the button, it goes. But as you can see, Darwin gets tuned in, so that's what we want. And we're gonna fly 143 on an outbound radial. That's that one. Okay, that's not working. Oh. INS. I think we want rad, right? Oh, is it up here? It's up here. Up here. Found it. 143. There we go. Action. That's our heading bug there as well, which... Oh. Very good to know. Cool. That's our nav 1 setup. This thing... The thing... Sort of did, but... Yeah, so we're flying a much more VOR friendly route here, you can see. Fly that. That's what I want to do. And we're also going to set up the mode control panel, so 250 straight away on there, and 10,000 feet there. Our flight director, let's go on. Who's grand crocheted the roof lining? Yeah, right. Terrible. Like someone's quilt. off of the 1970s. Right, well, we are ready for a little bit of an engine start sequence. So we'll do that. Should work. So check engine 3 in the green, then we'll start engine 2. There we go, engine 3's kicking in. The obviously no APU here, so you have to do an engine start at the stand. At least 2 inner engines, and then we can push back and start the 2 outer engines during the pushback, and do a cross bleed start for them. It's quite a nice engine start sound. Sounds like it worked relatively well. Okay, engine 3 is in the green. We can start engine 2. Obviously, not such great scenery here at Darwin, so I've just parked the Concorde over here on the ramp. I feel like there is a haywire scenery for Darwin. I think I saw one come out like in Sim Market or Marketplace, but it didn't get any attention from anyone, so I'm assuming it's not very good. Same as that Townsville one that came out, that didn't get any attention. Not here for buying rubbish sceneries anymore. Been burned one too many times. Go. So once we got 2 good engine starts and things are stable, we can. Oh, you like the Townsville one? Missed our ground power unit. That little cable that was dangling. If it's decent, then I'll get it, but I haven't actually seen anyone fly into it or seen anything apart from 1 or 2 pictures, which look average, so. Okay. Call a tug. Doesn't really work well with any kind of GSX or anything, this plane. Almost as if they released it and then completely never updated anything ever again. Which is not at all like DC designs. Anyway, we got some giant super tug, which I'm sure is not how the Concorde was pushed. Let's grab the let's grab yeah, my thoughts exactly, Conti. Hello, Amin. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, unload. There we go. I'm just trying to get a bit of a chart up here, but failing miserably. Right, we're gonna Release the parking brake here, and we should be good for a pushback. Low pushback in the Concorde. While we're pushing, we can actually start engine whatever's next. It's number 1 next. You can see some action here from the crossbleed engine 2. Yeah, that's working. Alright, with the winds of 110 at 14, we're going to take runway 11, funnily enough. So we will end up crossing the runway, then taxiing across past the military apron and everything, actually. Do you consume one too many beverages last night, Sandbox? That's alright. It's alright to do occasionally. And that's that engine started. Engine 4. Starting. Have we ever flown to Turkey? Yes, I'm pretty sure we've flown to Turkey. And Istanbul, definitely. Maybe Bodrum as well. Both of those ring a bell. Probably should make a... Oh, my pusher torque is not hooked up. And this one. Yep. Well, that pushback was reasonable. Marga damn near killed her. Usually it's the more stronger stuff that damn near kills me, to be honest. We'll hold it there for a sec. Load up in Alice. Yeah, you're welcome to, Sandboss. Go inside at the park brake. Miss that tug. That's correct. ETE. I'll take a look now for you. ETE 1 hour 52 minutes. All right. I think we got 4 good engines, which is a good thing. EPU switch. Need to turn that off. That's our emergency power unit. Have that disconnected. Wait, off. Yeah, I think that's right. Flight controls. Full and free. Let's check. Oh, it was naked. Yeah, looked good to me. AFCFs and trims. So all of these need to turn on. Our fuel control switches. So the Concorde was one of the first fly-by-wire planes, and they had a problem when they first started testing it, which was pilots complained that they had no idea what the plane was doing because it just felt like, you know, flying a computer game. So they put something called the automatic fuel control system in, which basically provides force feedback through the yoke. Pretty cool. We do need to... I keep clicking that armrest thinking it's going to do anything, but it doesn't, sadly. This Concorde loads in with the trim all the way down there, which is a surefire way to cause a death. So I'm trying to... There we go. Easiest way to bring it up to somewhere there. Around about there. Kind of like around about a 4 is good. Engine anti-ice not required. Hydraulics, check. Hydraulics those are in the green. Pressures are good. Temperatures are good. That's all the fuel. Everything looks good to me. Oh. Oh no, don't do that. Oh. Ah! Well, I'm glad that didn't work, because that would have been a shocker. What am I doing here? ATC bot. Oh. What's wrong with ATC bot these days? Maybe it needs an update. I'll figure that out. Pushback's complete. Taxi. Main taxi clearance. Darwin traffic. Concorde 154 taxis. Echo 2, Echo 1. Alpha 1 holding point runway 1. Darwin. Okay. Get the snow's coming down so that we can start our taxi. Our CG pretty good. Engine rating mode set to climb. Climb is set. Auto ignition is up here. Be on. So throttle should be on. Air intakes are set. Engine controls are checked. Our limiter is somewhere around here. There. We're at Darwin. It still doesn't work, Conti. Not sure what's wrong with my ATC bot. Engine feed pumps are on, engines is normal. Ready to brakes and windows, definitely. Trim tanks, we should have fuel at the front. Looks good. MC not required. Autopilot IAS is 250 and 10,000. And no de-icing. There is a secret switch. Like, close. So, okay, we're ready for takeoff. Amazing. Get rid of that now. Oh. What's a D77 TC? Flame Killer joining us there. Oh, the Pelican. Oh. Well, at low altitude you'll be fine, but I don't think the Pelican can keep up with the Concorde. Bringing you out for a bit, fair enough. This is the I don't know what you call it, pre-release livery for the Concorde? Development livery? Oh, the Carnival and another Concorde. Hello, welcome, and thanks for flying along. Everyone always says your chocks are still on. That's not chocks. That's the wheel protection system. The gravel kit, yeah, exactly. Okay, come on. Taxi lights on. Loud, even on taxi, eh? Very loud. Darwin traffic. Concorde 154 crossing, runway 11 Darwin. Put the strobe light on as we cross here. Nothing apparent on the runway. Make a right turn here and then taxi up past the military apron. Goes back off. It looks cool though, right? It's always looked cool, the Concorde. Alright, down to the end here. We're on Alpha now. We're going to go down to the end. That's, looks like there's no yet model this freeway scenery, but that is where some of Australia's jets live. Here in Darwin. Oh, there's something there covered in a tarp. Oh, it might be a bush. Might well be a bush. Another runway. Darwin traffic, Concorde 154 crossing runway 18 Darwin. Hello, welcome. Concorde. We're literally just about to take off. We're just taxiing now to the holding point. That's where things get sporty and loud. Plane. We are in a Concorde, yeah. The pre-production Concorde, actually. Okay. First time seeing anyone fly it. Oh, really? I've flown it. I don't fly it very frequently, but I have flown it on stream before. It's it's both a handful, a little bit buggy, but kind of fun. So I do fly it occasionally. People like to see it on stream as well occasionally. Right. I'm going to take the Darwin 7 radar departure here, runway heading of 10. Darwin traffic, Concorde 154, lining up runway 11. Darwin. Hey, everything can go on. We're going to Sydney. We're Darwin to Sydney. So, the story is basically that when this pre-production Concorde was being tested, they were trying to sell the Concorde to Qantas, and Qantas said the only way we're going to take a Concorde is if we can get permission to fly it supersonic over land. And so they brought the pre-production Concorde down to Australia, and they did some overland supersonic testing by flying from Darwin to Sydney to Melbourne and then back to Darwin, with a couple of like big testing stations, microphones on the ground, all sorts of things, and obviously a whole lot of public feedback over that time. Now it never got off the ground and never flew as a Qantas aircraft, obviously. So it didn't go too well, but they did do this test. Did fly from Darwin to Sydney over the top of Alice Springs to see what people thought of it, and that's what we're going to do today. We're on the North Europe server. Righto. Okay, we're ready to go. I'm hoping I've got everything set up, so we'll do transponder on. What we're going to do here is take off a runway heading, then we're going to get going. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Yeah, it's time to go. You all want to see the afterburners, I know. Can't stay outside the cockpit for too long because this will get sketchy. It does have sound barrier effect, yeah. Alright, we're going to rotate around about 180 knots, which is coming up pretty rapidly. There's 100. 160, 180. And rotate. Oh, like a space shuttle. Yeah, it's very sporty, this thing. This can come off. Auto throttle straight on. So climbing up through 2,000 feet and not before the Darwin VOR. We make a right-hand turn. Go. And very rapidly climbing. I'm gonna chuck autopilot in. Round about here is where we want to. So we'll just get things, liking those analog heading numbers. Yeah, we'll just get things sort of sorted out here, and then we'll get going. So what we want to do is Alt acquire autopilot. G'day, Jet. We've got things going sort of okay, then what's going to happen is should be alright here. Oh, that's the heading boat. Crap. Heading hold. There. Something wrong with this thing. VOR is not. Oh, there we go. Oh, weird. Why is it being weird? Why is it stuck down there? 0 miles. Oh, that's working. 8 miles. Working. 9 miles. Okay. Don't see me at all. It was working for everyone else. Hey, look. It's working for other people. Hey, Abby. Start bringing that visor up now. It's a bit loud, this plane, once it gets going, isn't it? Visors up. And what will happen is we will get to about 10,000 feet. Yeah, which we're approaching now. And that will stop here for a minute. It gives us a little bit of a chance to get things under control. I'd quite like to figure out why this... what's going on here. That's not working, clearly. I'm going to try and tune another VOR and see how that works. So the next one is Tyndall, Catherine, 112 decimal. And that's being picked up. Maybe. I've always had issues with the autopilot on this thing. That makes sense. I think everyone has, yeah. What's going to happen now if we do... Alright. I feel like this thing is stuck, but it is sort of working, so we'll just go with it, eh? Right, now what we need to do is start the fuel transfer to start moving some fuel back from these tanks here into the rear trim tank so that we can adjust our trim ready for the climb and the Supersonic. So what we're going to do is pumps on, and valves closed there, and here we're going to go inlet valves open. And we'll see if we get any fuel transfer. A bit too far forward, actually. Is that moving? Maybe these ones. Pumps on. De-air not required. Inlet valves can be closed. I think it's moving very slowly. Yeah, look, 49.9. 50, yeah, so it is moving backwards. Do now, turn some lights off. And we're ready for our next stage of flight, which is climbing. That checklist back. So we've done all this. I did this from memory, but we're all good. We got up to 10,000 feet, visors up. The engine should go to north. And throttle, load, in there. Flight ready. Okay, now we're going to do the fuel transfer rearward, which was what we set up. That's all good, and we're ready for climb. And a friend request. I didn't see anything. Does that pop up these days, or does it just come in the thing? I'll check it once we've got this sorted. Set it to cruise from climb. Oh. Thanks, Abby. Right, if we set that, it should help it. Where are those? Oh yeah, on. Yeah, we're good. Let's go up to 24,000 feet next. And a bit faster as we come through 10,000. Set this to 300 Esquire. Climbing. Okay, so then when we're going to get up to 24,000 feet is when we start the push for Supersonic. So we'll come back to there. Those engines, yeah, right. And a whole load of black smoke as well. Alright, I'll see if I got that friend request quickly. I did. Is that your favourite part, Abby? Noise. This aircraft generally just like makes a shed load of noise. I don't know how they ever thought it was going to be able to fly supersonic over land. Yeah, so even though our HSI is not really working, and our DME is not really working, we are flying in the right direction here for Catherine, so I'm not really sure how that has happened. This thing is just a bit warped. I don't know if it goes really quiet inside the cabin, actually. It does go quiet on the outside. It should do, I guess, Abby. Should it? You would still hear the wind noise, though, on the inside, right? Alright, climbing. Mean 5. And we can probably go a bit faster again. Oh, you wouldn't hear the engine noise, you're right. Yeah, you wouldn't hear the engine. Every time we like bump the speed up, the engines go. So I'm guessing I'm going to fly it using these, but not using this, which is a bit. It's on here, which is what I'd expected. But the outbound from Catherine is. Yeah, right. It is a bit Thunderbirds, the Concorde. The outbound from Catherine is at 168, so we'll. Wrong one. Yeah, see, it is responding to that. Okay. Just very wonky. How did our fuel transfer go? We got up to 57. I was hoping for 59 CG. Still moving. The front one's getting low, but this rear one should then empty as well, so 6.8. Yeah, it's still emptying. We're still pushing into the back tank, and we've still got space in the rear tank, so yeah, trim is going to be okay, I think. Let's see if we can get supersonic before we get to Catherine. Is that going to be possible? Yeah, that's possible. We're not even halfway there yet. So we do have a Mach gauge as well. Looks like we're doing about Mach 7.5 at the moment. 0.75 even. Maybe just. 0.77 actually down here on the digital one. But once we do hit that 59 CG, which is coming up actually, and 24,000 feet, then we can start thinking about doing the old and start the chrono. How high do you have to get? Cool. Yankee Papa Delta November. If you do the route, that's working. There you go. Let's stop this transfer before we go too far here. Oh no, we're still going. 58.4. It stopped. Might have hit 6,000. Yeah. Like that tank emptied real nice. This one did nothing. I wonder if I had to do something with that sort of. Okay, anyway, I think that's probably good enough. Let's. Oh no, those stay shut. What am I doing? Those stay shut, those come off. Those will come off. Those can shut. And those are good. Okay, fuel transfer's done. Alright. What we're going to do now is prepare for supersonic climb, so we'll set this to 45,000 feet. Auto throttle comes off for the supersonic transition. The Alt acquire button gets pressed. The max climb button gets pressed. Oh. We started descending. Good max climb button that causes us to descend instead of climb, but that's alright. It'll kick in a second. Right, time for the afterburners, reheats if you're British. And let's punch the throttle. Here's where it gets fun, everyone. Now we climb. Oh, the throttle's not connected, so it's fine. Look at that AOA increase. Yeah, right. Okay, won't be long before we start pushing the sound barrier here. So we're at Mach decimal 89, decimal 9. So it'll come up pretty quick. We just need to keep our eye on everything. I think that is good. We got no warnings. Engines are running good at 100% on the N1 and the N2. We'll hit max Q pretty shortly. LT double dog. Just wondering if there's anything down here that can help me with those. There is. That one. Don't push switches, you don't know what they do. Alright, we've also got to monitor the skin temperature here. There is temperature sensors on the Concorde, and we don't want that getting too hot, basically. Oh! We may have hit it already. We have. Mach 1. There you go, speed of sound. 31,000 feet coming up. There you go. No sound on the outside now. The sound is way behind us. But if you go behind, it does the boom effect. I would like it to be a bit more boomy, but it does a pretty good job. It doesn't get much quieter in the cabin though, unfortunately. We've also got to just monitor our location. We are going to have to make a turn at some point overhead Catherine, coming up pretty soon. I'm going to go over to heading mode. Look down here. Oh. Somewhere up here is Catherine, if we can spot it. Look for the uranium mine. Okay, we're looking. Oh, there's the field, look. There's the uranium mine. Can't see it. It's kind of annoying every time you go fast. We'll go over 2, yeah. 1.23 now. This is the tough bit, when you're climbing and you're pushing through here, and you need the afterburners. Due to the design of the engines and the entrainment of the air off the back of the wing, we can turn the afterburners off once we get to about 1.7. We can also turn off, interestingly, we can actually turn off the, make sure the anti-icing is turned off. Make sure the pitot heat is turned off. ADS probe heat can come off as well. Obviously, once you're well over the speed of sound, those things get heated just through the friction with the air, so you don't actually need heating on any of those. We're going to make our right turn overhead Catherine now. Not the most rapid of turners, the Concorde, once it's... Need to set the HSI to... No, they're linked though. No, it doesn't do anything. I know it's weird, Abby, but... Yeah, there's something weird with it. It's like it's stuck on north-south. Are we going outbound now? Yeah. And I think it's not really detecting that. Doing nothing now. The ATR at one point. Oh, okay. This plane has always been a bit weird. The whether you're flying Alpha, whether you're flying Slant Whiskey, or whether you're flying using the FMCE, then it's always had an issue. I don't think this thing does anything. Okay, I'm kind of cheating. I'm just using the Navigraph moving map to make sure we're going in the right direction. But main thing is, can we get that decimal 2 here? We're over the barber pole, which is not a good thing. We should be climbing more than we are. Okay. So once we hit 45,000 feet and Mach 1.7, we can turn the reheats off, and then we continue the climb up to 50,000 feet. At 50 now, and we'll keep our eyes on things. That's getting way too naughty for my liking. We're nearly at 1.7, so that's probably why. There we go, 1.7. Reheats come off, things get a little bit quieter. Oh, decided it wants to. There we go. A little wibble wobble. It's kind of like in IAS climb mode, and it doesn't really like it when you turn the reheats off too quickly. You have to do it. Alright, up to 50,000 feet now. And then when we hit 50,000, then we can make sure that we're going okay. Nice. Right, now pretty much straight down south, our next leg here. We're gonna bring up the map. So Darwin to Catherine, and then we got a nice long leg. This is where they did their supersonic testing. About 1,200 nautical miles in a straight line down to Alice Springs, and a little bit less, about 1,000 nautical miles down here to Broken Hill, and then from Broken Hill we start descending. We'll probably leave it another 100 miles or so. We'll start descending once we get somewhere in between Broken Hill and Parks. And then from Parks, we're going to fly into Sitters. So this should take us about half an hour, I guess, down to there. Half an hour to there. Then probably half an hour between Broken Hill and Sydney. A bit longer, maybe 45 minutes, because we'll be slowing down and stuff. Very peaceful, actually, once it up at cruise and you're outside of the sound. They're still climbing, still accelerating, even though the reheats are off. Not as much, obviously, but we are still accelerating. Pretty nicely. 1.95. We're going to be over Mach 2 before you know it. Still climbing at like 2,500 feet per minute. Thanks to follow Palaka.
Welcome aboard Air Canada.
Welcome aboard.
Bienvenue à bord d'Air Canada.
Once we're happily at cruise and everything, then we will be able to turn the auto throttle. What aircraft are you in, down boss? Can I see you in the background? I'll have a look. I've stopped climbing. Oh yeah, we have. Why have we stopped climbing? Oh, there we go. We're going up again. I didn't touch anything. Alice Springs in the 7878. Okay, we probably will. F-35B. Climbing again then at an hour B. I don't know what happened there. It's just doing its thing. Is that you, Flame Killer? Ricardo, I can't see you otherwise, if that's not you. I can see Carnival. That's getting louder now, isn't it? And I can see Flame Killer. That's it. Oh, you're back up. The Dark Star. You should catch us in the Dark Star, actually. Yeah, Sandboss, I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I reckon we will catch you at some point between Alice Springs and Broken Hill. We've got to be going like about 3 times as fast as you, so... Whoa, we're going a little bit fast here, so... Might put Mach hold on. How'd the Mad Dog go? Oh, well, Abby. Well. I had a minor problem in that I had an engine failure on departure. Which was a genuine failure, like it wasn't... and the reason for that was I pushed the throttles too far forward, essentially, and was slightly in the like CHT red zone, and one of them went bang. So if you should get it, it's very good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good. But a handful, like with failures on, oh, there we go. Icebird's here to tell me everything I did wrong. Yeah. Before you forgot to switch from flex to climb power. Yes, that was the problem, right? Right, I think we're at 50,000 feet now, and we're nice. This is pretty much max speed for the Concorde. At 2.04. Can we get Mach hold? There we go, Mach hold. I'm hopeful that it'll... Oh, they just seem to have rolled back those in. What's going on? Oh, they're going forward again now. They're just kicking in. Wait for 717 or go for the Mad Dog. I mean, the Mad Dog is like at the top end in terms of complexity, in terms of fidelity, detail in the simulator. Having failures on while I'm streaming was a bad idea. I think failures off is probably much safer for me. Okay, so cruise is engaged, engine anti-ice, air doors, CG, auto fuel transfers turned off. We need to check that the valves are good, the speed is good, 50,000 feet. We're at cruise now, we can turn the engine rating mode to cruise. Altitude, slow climb as weight reduces. There you go. Max cruise is engaged, sync Mach 2. Alright, we're good. Hey PLL. How's that going? Just below Mach 2, but we are early on in our flight, so fine. Hope you're doing good, Parallel. Welcome aboard the Concorde. We've just hit cruise at 50,000 feet and just below Mach 2. So I used to say decimal before the number. Mach 2, decimal 0. And we'll climb higher as well. We'll just burn a little bit of fuel off first. So, going on with my house look. For some reason, we got issues. Well, there is that boom overture being developed, but I don't hold out a huge amount of hope of that thing actually coming to fruition. Total fuel at the moment is 47 tons, so got plenty of fuel. want to be landing with that under 10 tons for a nice landing, so hopefully we burn off a whole load of it. We need to get the cockpit door open. That wouldn't surprise me at all, Abby. Oh, there we go. NJT 4208 in the Dark Star has joined us. Are there people up there? There's a passenger button somewhere. There it is. Bit tight back here, but most terrifying looking passengers. Well, pretty much all the passengers look terrifying. Yeah, that's true, Salty Devil Dog. So, I don't know. I feel like if Rolls-Royce were involved in making the engine, maybe you'd have some confidence that they could make it happen. But a brand new aircraft manufacturer making their own supersonic capable engine sounds like a big stretch. I mean, good luck to them. I hope that it does happen and, you know, once certified and proven safe, I'd love to have a fly on it, right? But I don't know, it seems unlikely to me. Hey, she's got a lizard tattoo. What's that? This guy's got a whole bottle of Bolly to himself. He's loving life. Yeah, exactly, Pale. Preferably flown with like something too soon. Sorry.
Aboard Air Canada.
Preferably flown with like Garmin or Alice Avionics. Thank you for the follow. Flown with the Thrustmaster, yeah. Honeycomb yoke. Very peaceful. Got two accompanying Dark Stars. See home 19, welcome. We're flying the Concorde over Central Australia, heading between Catherine and Alice Springs, right in the red centre now. Once we hit Alice Springs, we're making a slight left turn down to Broken Hill. From Broken Hill, we are heading over towards Sydney. Pretty good. Probably trying. How long's the flight time? I think it was an hour and 51 LL. It's a bit unpredictable in the Concorde because it all depends on like how quickly you manage to get up to the supersonic, do the supersonic transition, how quickly you manage to hold it here at 50,000 feet or above. And then also at what point we decide to descend and drop out of supersonic as well will make a big difference, because that last leg, as we come into Sydney, will take quite a long time because Concorde's not very maneuverable. So I'd like to have quite a long run up at the runway in Sydney. But yeah, it's crazy fast. If you go on the Discord, then there is a little bit of an article. I'll pull it up. Second. Close that passenger door. There we go. No one else can follow us besides the Unreal Darkstar. That's right, yeah. Alright, Alice Springs is 115 decimal. Nav standby. We might do like a slow, sneaky cruise climb. Well, I feel like we could probably save a bit of fuel here with what we'll do, never remember which one. No. That doesn't. Sneak it up just a little bit so that we can start cruise climbing. Obviously make sure that we don't lose speed at the sake of climbing. The higher we are, the more efficient we are, so that's good. Yeah, we're not yet picking up Alice Springs. Here you are. I mean, is it predictable? I don't know if it's really working. I'm not sure how we're going to fly into Sydney on Vatsim, but hopefully the ILS works. Unknown though. David Moon, hello, welcome to the stream. Join us on board Concorde as we head very rapidly towards Alice Springs in the middle of Australia. Our flight plan for today. It might look a bit wonky, but this was roughly the test flight plan that they did on board Concorde. I think they went further south into South Australia and then across the Broken Hill, but there's no VORs down there for us to do that, so I just if I pull up the Discord, we'll be able to see something. I'll try and grab now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, so here we go. Morning, Infectures, welcome aboard the Concorde. So here's what, this is real, this is the Concorde test flights that were conducted overland in Australia. Maybe I can make this a little, if I do that, oh, then it pops it out. Okay. What we're going to do then is just switch over to that. Which is that. Here we go. This is the real map-ish. So as you can see, they started in Darwin up here. Did 320 miles at for 38 minutes and subsonic. And then they, yeah, I can just see you off the right there, Ricardo. And then they went supersonic, kind of like us, flying down south, 1,200 miles. It took them 2 hours and 41 minutes to do this whole route, by the way. As you can see, DC-3 would have only got to there in the time it took Concorde to get to Sydney, and F-27 would have got to there. Overflying all here. Here's where they did a load of sound testing. So they had microphone stations, you know, what do you call them? Seismic detectors and all that sort of stuff, all that around the towns outside of Alice Springs. Continued down south a little bit and then made a left turn towards Broken Hill. And then just after they passed Broken Hill, they went subsonic again and then overhead Cobart and into Sydney, this last leg taking the longest, well, a lot longer than you might think, an hour and 5 minutes, this subsonic leg, 670 miles. And I think Beardy McWhiskey posted on the Discord a little while back, so I will flip over to there. Total landing weight's going to be around about 115 tons. So let's have a look what our landing speed is going to be. 165 is our landing speed. So we'll try and approach at like 170 knots and pull it back 50 feet, and that should be good. It's a real impossibility to land this plane smoothly, so we'll just do our best. A lot of names now on the horizon, so I'm just going to turn the tags off. It improves our view, and also so focus on the Vatsim and stuff. Right, we hit 10,000 feet. Lovely. Nice view, yeah. Yeah, the 1.6s give you beautiful views of the city. Might get some awesome views here. Yeah, so we're 10,000 feet over the Blue Mountains, which is a little bit early of descent, really. That's okay. We'll get vectors pretty soon. Just passing Bathurst on the left here. Bathurst. Maybe even see the racetrack somewhere. I don't know really Bathurst very well. The Mount Panorama somewhere around here. It's there, right? Somewhere around there. Then the Blue Mountains, nice little mountain range this side of Sydney, and after that we'll get vectors into, yes, head over to the ILS. He'll give us a little bit of a left turn. The Overland Caves somewhere around here as well, yeah. Epic driving roads as well, if you're into it. Caves. Yeah, this whole area is quite cool actually. Mountains and then the plains just on this side of the mountains. Now another thing that's just opened around here, which is really, it sounds nerdy but it's actually really fun, is the Zigzag Railway, which is like a oldie worldy steam train that runs up through the mountains down this side. 129.8, Concorde 1. Turn headlights on in the cave. Yeah, that's pretty lost, yeah. Just to the left. Go left at the roundabout, go past the McDonald's. Melbourne Centre, hello, Concorde 154, maintaining 10,000 feet and direct TSAT. Expect vectors for the LS 16 right, Concorde 1. Oh, nice to Carnival. Made it. Nunes Plateau near Lithgow. Yes, yes, Lithgow, somewhere back here. Quite a cool part of the world. Not far from Sydney either. Less than 2-hour drive, and you can get to all this like awesome country regional area. Apple orchards, vineyards. Well, less vineyards. Some vineyards. Apples and oranges, definitely though. Alright. Getting quite a nice, gonna have quite a nice low-level tour of Western Sydney as well, I think. Why not? I was gonna slow down, but I'll keep it at 300 knots until he gives us instructions here. Just get us into Sydney a little bit quicker. There's no Sydney app on, but tower is on. Gonna do 1205. Yep. It's not for me. Okay. Yeah, kind of coming down. Oh, we're gonna fly like pretty much directly over Katoomba. Should be pretty much. Do we need the shield? Shield's up. Once we get comfortably below 250 knots, we can drop the nose. That's the speed. Yeah, here we go. This little dip here is group the snoot. So Katoomba's here, right? And then this little dip here is where all the hiking is in the Blue Mountains. There's the like waterfall and the world's steepest train, right? It's like a 90-degree train. Speed camera, yes, that's speed camera. Canyoning, yeah. I did it in my younger days, Sam Boss, but I'm a bit old for it now. I feel like I'll break a hip or something. Yeah, there's Katoomba. Oh look, there's Katoomba little airfield as well. That one's a pain in the... Neat. Heading 080 and descend 6,000, Concorde 1. The speed back a bit first. Down. Okay, now we're on headings. We're going to tune the ILS 09.5, and the course of the ILS is 155. John, thanks for the follow.
Welcome aboard Air Canada.
Bienvenue à bord d'Air Canada.
Yep. We won't pick it up just yet. Fly on these headings. Yeah, it likes to just drop as hard as it can. Like, there's really no reason for descending 3,000 feet. Maybe I should do it as a V speed first. You know. bit more under control now. Fly over Bilpin, see if we can shake the fruit off the trees. Yeah, we're probably just gonna miss Bilpin just slightly. We're right over, where are we over? Hazelbrook. Now we're kind of coming down the A4 here. Coming down the A4 turns into the M4 around about here, right? Get rid of that.
Traffic, river, your bank down, traffic right, opposite traffic, main altitude.
Hey, thanks for the follow. God dang Batman. Welcome.
Hello and welcome to your flight.
There VFR traffic. Down there, is that a Vatsim? They're gonna get thrown around like crazy behind these. He's like, who's this? Who's this? Oh, maybe it's multiplayer. Hang on. Ah, it's multiplayer. It's all right. Traffic on the motorways, yeah, right. Let's check it out. Do a bit of best use of Concorde ever. Bit of traffic reporting. That's where the motorway comes down the mountain there, and then it turns into a proper motorway around about there. Crosses the M7. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, quick, we need a traffic report. Send the Concorde. Finished my tea and my soft drink, so I'm going to have to get something liquid-wise once we land. We are going to do another flight. 5 o'clock. But that's about a 3 hour stream. Normally I'll do a bit more, like 4 hours on. And I guess maybe I'll run a poll. Do we want to do the Fokker or do we want to do the Comanche? That's a poll. I don't like the Comanche. I really like it. Yeah, I really like it. Back in 2 hours, alright, Ricardo. Oh, I got a typo. Nest aircraft. 10-3000 Concorde 154. Later, Ricardo, thanks for flying along. Let's try it with vert speed here. That's a bit better, isn't it? You have to watch it though, because it'll go right through airport. We can slow down a bit more too. Thanks for the follow, Barreliner09er.
Air Canada.
Bienvenue à bord d'Air Canada.
You join us as we're just arriving into Sydney in a Concorde. And Sydney is over there. Visor. Everyone's so desperate for the visor to come down. I'm just waiting for the speed to bleed off of it. There we go. Visor now. Yes, yes, visor's coming down. Visor. Trying to see it from the outside. Visor. Bankstown Tower just came online. What are they doing? The snoot, it droops and does it. What do you do now? Oops. Snoot is drooping. We are going to get told to turn inbound pretty soon. To grab this, yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. It would descend too rapidly and would gain speed and then would be above the visor speed. So I was being shy about the visor. Alright though, we're only just... Yellow! That was a good one. I hope that's the visor sound. Yeah, it is. So it's 230 is the visor. I think the visor is 250 and the first snoot droop is 230.
Concorde 154, turn right heading 120, clear the island. Runway 16 right approach.
And right heading 120, cleared the ILS, runway 16 right approach, Concorde 1.
223, contact center 130 decimal 9. 130 decimal 9 up, 223.
What are you doing? Oh, another raid! Peter Canuck, hello! You join us just in time as we are struggling to grab the ILS here to bring us into Sydney. I think I might have armed it a little bit early. Welcome everyone, hope you had a great stream, Canuck, and thank you for the raid. We're just about to get some absolutely awesome views. Peek in front. Ah, so it took about the same time then, Samboss. Just about to get some awesome views into Sydney now as we descend on the ILS 16 right. Once I grab this ILS, I'll hop outside and show you the plane. Where it is. Lightly went through it. Lightly went. We're hard on this plane. Right. Get it. Get it. Only slightly, actually. Aimed it.
Concorde 154, tower 120.5.
120.5, Concorde 154. See ya. And we're established. We got a lot to do now, so that. Sydney Tower, hello, Concorde 154 established on the ILS, or 16 right. Sounds awesome.
Concorde 154,
16 right, clear to land, Concorde 150. Now there's a view and a half. Snoot is fully drooping. Speed is a little high, but not too bad. Better control now. The order's a little bit long. On the glide slope, on the ILS. Parramatta Road, yeah. Probably want to see this way, actually, don't you? Yeah, ooh, ooh. Don't see that very often. There's Concorde landing in Sydney. Yeah, this is where all the traffic just stops and it's like, what the hell? Hey, my aircraft.
3277, LFA 38, 5434.
Watching these puppies, just trying to target the runway now. Quite tricky because of the angle that we fly, but we're getting there, we're getting there. Go. Profile. Getting low. Get up. Go around in this, yeah, for sure. Coming up. Radar altimeter. A bit high there on, just on final. Okay. Right. So. Oh, we're floating. Ah, we're down. First thrust. No auto brakes, so we just basically oof. That nose wheel came down. Yeah, that was not bad for Concorde. Yeah. Try and get off on the bike here. I wouldn't say Vaseline, but it wasn't too bad for this plane though. Be right. Thank you for the follow. We'd like international for today, please. Anybody?
Concorde 154, you can taxi via Alpha, cross 25, Golf to Bay 61, I can get large for you.
Taxi via Alpha, cross 25, Bay 61, Concorde 154. Lights come on.
Speed line 178.
Oh, we made it. It feels like you're going off the edge of the runway, but because the cockpit is so far ahead of the nose wheel, a little bit disconcerting. Go. Right, no APU to start. We should that back to not. Well, that was pretty good. Darwin to Sydney in the Concorde in just over 2 hours. 2 hours and 10 minutes. A61, should try and spot that. Really know all the bays off by heart, Sydney. National parking bays. If only you could do that IRL, yeah, right. This is real time, yeah, real time, real weather, Chris. 61. Oh, okay, it's where the Singapore Airlines A380 normally parks. No APU because it doesn't have one, Salty Devil Dog. No APU. The Concorde. But talking of that, what we should do, turn off our outbound engine. Yeah, ground power only. Real time, real weather, real distance. That's right. Yeah, so they would turn off the outboard engines for fuel saving and... Oh, did he say via Gulf or via hotel? No. Did write Gulf. Think of it. Run down hotel. It's a bit more clear into the wings, I think. Ah, Carnival's joining us over there. Thanks for flying along, Carnival. Hope you had a good Concorde flight as well. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, so this one at the end here, Bay 61, is where the Singapore Airlines A380 parks every day. Big boy 8. Go right down to the end. And right here, around here. So the people in the Singapore Airlines Lounge are going to have a beautiful view of the Concorde pulling up. Looks to be the people in the Qantas Lounge who don't get to see it. Yeah, there's someone with a microphone inside their mouth. If you were to fly to the UK, you would have to fly the full time. Well, you have autopilot, but yeah, you would have to, yeah. I feel like we're on a hill or something here. Needs a whole lot of power just to get up this little slope. Yeah, only 2 engines on the taxi and how they operate. Oh, there's a lot of planes here then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize it was that is possible.
745, only 16 right for takeoff. 16 right for takeoff.
Oh. Actually pretty low already, but must be someone with a very loud mic. Alright, nose comes up. Again, we're on the struggle bus. Is that any better with that guy talking? Or do you want me to bring down more? It's only at like 25%. I think. There we go. Welcome to Bay 61, Sydney. Let's get a ground power unit plugged in. That's the parking brake. Oh, no. What are you doing, sir? That way. Okay. Okay, I think we're here. Is that connected?